Hey guys, happy Tuesday, happy election day. Hey Tex, how you
Mm.
doing? I people have been telling me, and my wife was one of these people that they went to vote early, and
Mhm.
they were talking to everybody was 90-minute wait, couple hours wait in line to vote and everything. I went this morning, and I guess because everybody went so early and did all this stuff, I went this morning, got there a little after 9. I was out the door by 20 to 10. So piece of
Yeah,
shit.
I was hurt here. Oh, yeah.
Take two.
I heard that they had so many early vote that the lines weren't going to be nothing.
Yeah. And I asked one of the judges there, and he said that by the time I got there, they opened at 6. And he said that there was like 175 already come through. And
Mm,
it was pretty. There was a line this morning when they opened. I
right.
guess all the people going before work and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And hopefully people get out and vote and get our voices heard. And one thing that I really hope for that whoever wins. It's whatever. I just hope that things remain calm. And I the more I'm hearing and stuff, I don't know that that's going to be the case. But
Yeah.
I just hope I just hate
Hey,
seeing
magical. Yeah.
all that stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Election day over the last a lot of years just depresses me.
Hmm.
Because it seems like we're not choosing the best person for the job. We're choosing the lesser of two evils.
That's what I've been saying for many, many years. That
Yeah.
I don't. Granted, I don't spend a whole lot of time watching the news and really seeing who the candidates are too much, except some of the commercials. And you can't really go by commercials because they're so negative and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Speaking of negative stuff
uh-oh.
between candidates, um, let's see. Did you know? We can turn this into a did you know about election stuff.
Really?
Um, did you know that the 2016 we think the 2016 presidential election was one of the most divisive, and dramatic elections in U.S. history. But how much do you know about the election of 1800? If you think rhetoric is heating up today, imagine a candidate saying the following about his political opponents. Genuine examples of presidential candidate insults. He's a contemptible hypocrite, a bastard brat of a Scotch peddler.
Wow. Don't
He's a
hold back.
hideous, herma- hermaphroditical character which has neither the force or firmness of a man nor the gentleness and sensibility of a woman.
Wow. Wow. So, I guess it really goes back to way back then.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And that just goes along the lines. Can't we all just get along?
Right. So today we mostly compare candidates on their policies or on their approach to key issues.
Mm-hmm.
But what about on their phrenology?
On their what?
Phrenology.
Okay.
In 1884, did you know? In 1884, comparisons of the presidential candidates included an analysis of their skulls. Yes.
Of the size or what's in the skull?
the size and the shape of their skulls. That's phrenology. Phrenology.
Oh my God. So don't vote for this guy because his skull's too big.
Yeah.
Is that
pretty much.
I like Smurfy's comment here. They literally box during political debates in South Korea.
Yep.
I can see that. I can see that.
Maybe that's why Donny Cho never got elected president in South Korea.
Probably.
Let's see. Did you know that flyers, bumper stickers, and posters, these are all fairly standard ways of promoting a preferred candidate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But history has thrown out some downright bizarre examples of campaigning paraphernalia. For example, did you know that campaign buttons used to be literal buttons? Or that political hood ornaments were popular back in the 1920s?
Hood ornaments.
Hood ornaments.
Wow.
Nixon even made bubblegum cigars as part of his campaign, and you definitely couldn't be allowed to do that in the campaign this year.
No. Roger, I wish I would have thought of this when I voted. I could have wrote these in. Bigfoot Dogman 2024. Let's do a 2028.
There's a sticker on the back of my truck that says Bigfoot 2024, a candidate you can believe in.
I had a T-shirt from The Office that said it was Scott Schrute, Michael Scott, and Dwight Schrute for whatever year it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can't forget Mothman. So Mothman can be like one of the cabinet members.
Mothman could be like Secretary of the Military because he flies.
Yeah. Who would be Secretary of Defense? Gugway. Get anywhere near us.
I don't know. I'd almost want him as our foreign policy. You don't do what we want, we'll just eat your faces off.
You know, I don't think if that were the case, I don't think any country would mess with us.
Right?
Granted, I don't
know. But I think we should put Bigfoot as Secretary of the Interior. Absolutely.
Who would be president?
Huh?
Who would be president then?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could put Bigfoot as president. We put one of the other type of Bigfoot is, but Border Patrol's got to go to Chupacabra. I mean, this is
okay. Yeah.
I think all the Secret Service members would be dogmen.
But would they protect Bigfoot though, or would they attack Bigfoot?
Well, we're talking a perfect world of cryptids get along, aren't we?
Yeah, that's true.
Crystal J's in the house. Roger Blair's in the house, and I feel like I'm taking over your show there, buddy.
Smurfy's here. Hi, Crystal. Hey, Roger.
A Little Twisted is here.
A Little Twisted.
Daniel
Magical Journeys here. Wrote Lily Tomlin in one year. She would sit up on a big rocking chair and just did she suck her thumb or I can't remember what she did.
Lily Tomlin?
Yeah. Was she the one that sat on the rocking chair? The big rocking chair? Hi, Denise.
I know. No, I don't think. I don't. Was that wasn't Lily Tomlin? Was it? That was Ruth Buzzy, wasn't it? Or am I thinking wrong?
Don't know. Hi, Cool
Because
Hand.
Ruth Buzzy's actually still alive. She lives in Weatherford, Texas.
Magical Journey said she was. Robert
Oh,
Perez.
okay. Did you know that during the election of 1860, Broughton's Monthly published 4 issues featuring engraved portraits of 1860 presidential candidates with their astrological charts. It included commentary on their potential success based on the readings of their horoscopes.
Interesting.
I thought so.
No, Mickey, I know it wasn't Gilda Radner.
Okay, let me look.
I'm pretty sure it was. I had it up here a second ago. Lily Tomlin. Yeah, it was Lily Tomlin. Yep.
The big comfy couch. Right?
There's
Was
Lily
the
Tomlin.
show?
I don't know what the show was. Sesame Street.
What?
That's classic Sesame Street.
Is it really?
Edith Ann Sandwich. Huh. Now I remember that. Yep. One Ringy Dingy. Who did that? You know what I was looking at? This is completely out of left field.
Oh. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
I was looking at Mandela stuff yesterday and I was getting pissed off again. I don't know why I do that to myself. I was looking at the Star Wars C-3PO from Star Wars. I thought he was all gold, but he had one silver bottom part of his calf leg. I didn't realize that. And I was reading all these and I'm getting upset. I'm like, I gotta log off this.
So Allison Court was the star of the big comfy couch.
Hey, Tom.
And I had a huge crush on her at the time.
Really?
It was a Canadian children's pop comedy television series.
I don't remember that one.
And she played a clown.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, I had such a crush on her.
The doll that she has looks a little scary.
Yeah, and it talks too. It moves and talks, and yeah.
There's that. There's the doll.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a good looking lady, but that doll's a little creepy to me. And look at it. You know, now looking at that picture, I kind of
Mary,
recognize that. I don't know.
Who's blowing my phone up here? Somebody's blowing my phone up.
You know, some of the things that did not shift in my timeline. Yeah. Yeah, magical. You know, the Mandela effect thing is pretty interesting, but it really just pisses you off. Hi, Mary. Hey, Tom.
Who else did I miss in there? Did I say hello to Crystal J? I don't want her thinking I'm mad at her.
Hi, Crystal J. I think I said hi to her. Robert Perez is here. John Wick for President, Mickey G. I hope the weather's good where everybody's at. It's been like pouring here. I mean, I'm off today, thank God. But yesterday I was driving for work and it was just pouring. The highways were kind of flooded. And so today people were going to work and they were texting me pictures of they were stuck in traffic for hours. And the exit that I normally take to go to work was all completely underwater. And it's just a mess. It's finally actually stopped raining.
Yeah, we had some storms blow through last night, but that's really all we got, and
Yeah.
they weren't bad. I mean, we were under a tornado watch for all day, but we didn't see nothing.
I have a.
Did you know?
No,
Did
I
you
don't.
know? Have you heard the story of the candidate who ran for president from prison?
No, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Eugene V. Debs was a 5-time Socialist Party candidate for president in the early 1900s. During the First World War, Debs publicly railed against the war and the military draft. He was jailed in 1918 for his continued agitation against the government. 2 years later, Debs made his fifth and final run, this time from a federal prison. He lost, but he still received 900,000 votes.
From prison. What did he do to get land or to land in prison?
He agitated the government. That's what it says.
Wow. And when was this? When did you say this was?
He made his last run. He was jailed in 1918, and he made his last run 2 years later, 1920.
Wow. Wow. Here, I wanted to show everybody that one accident or that thing here. That is, so you know those traffic cameras that they have up high that look kind of down on the highway?
Oh, yeah.
This is the highway right here, Highway 55. This road here is called Bayless, where the stop sign is. You can't see the road at all.
Wow.
And yeah, this is like a.
Those are river boats going down through there, right?
No, this is a like a walking bridge, and there's a McDonald's down here, a gas station over here, a recycling place here. This isn't anywhere near a river. It's right by. I think there's a creek that runs back in here somewhere.
Oh, Paul, you need to work on
What?
It was a joke.
What? I missed it.
The road's flooded. Those are river boats floating down through there, right?
No. I only had 2 cups of coffee today. I'm sorry.
Sit back, leave the show to me.
Okay.
Did you know?
No, I didn't know. Apparently, I didn't know.
That women had limited voting rights in the 19th and early 20th century. And authorities were concerned about women having their say. Well, this is going to piss a lot of people off. Authorities were concerned about women having their say on issues they weren't legally entitled to vote for. So the government created 2 separate ballot boxes for men and women. That way, if any illegal ballots were to show up in the women's tin, they could easily be thrown out.
Oh my God. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you, brother. Wow. You know, it's just crazy how far this country has come. But yet we seem to be almost right back to,
Oh, I know.
Yeah, going backwards.
Video killed the radio star. During the 1960 presidential campaign, Democrat John F. Kennedy and Republican Richard M. Nixon agreed to 4 televised debates. While Kennedy appeared tanned and relaxed, Nixon looked pale and sweaty. To many of those listening to the debate on the radio, Nixon came out ahead. To television audiences, however, Kennedy was the clear winner. Clearly, TV makes all the difference.
So, Rob, we were talking about cryptids. Somebody posted on here, Bigfoot Dogman 2024, and I wish I would have thought of that when I went to vote this morning. I would have wrote them in. So, Rob, if you're in chat, who would you have for president, Bigfoot or Dogman? That was weird.
Did you hear the ding?
Yeah, that somebody sent me a text.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
nothing
might.
weird. Yeah, I on my show Saturday night I had a medium on, and Rob, who would you want for president, Bigfoot or Dogman? I had a
What's that have to
medium
do with
on.
having a medium on?
Huh?
What's that have to do with having a medium on?
Well, just hang on. Um, she would do some readings for people in chat, and when she was finished, she would, say, "Does that make sense?" And a couple times, I got text, and all of a sudden, it would ding, and it would just sound like that was clarifying it.
Does that make sense? Oh, sense? Ding.
Dogman for president. Okay. Yeah, check Magical out. He had Daniel Spirit Medium Daniel Jackson on.
Oh, cool.
I had him
Very
on
cool.
last year. Interesting dude. Interesting dude.
So, who else is running for president in 2024? We have more than two choices.
Oh, I know it's Trump and Harris.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There was two other ones that I don't remember their names.
You have Jill Stein, which is running.
Okay.
The activist and doctor ran as the Green Party's candidate in 2012, 2016, now back 74 years old. She recently told BBC AmericaCast that Americans are not voting for a candidate they like. They're generally voting against the candidate they hate the most. Man, she hit that on the head. And that's no way for democracy to function. Ms. Stein calls for an economic bill of rights that would include universal access to health care, a right to employment. She also vows to fight climate change, defend abortion access, transgender rights, and was recently arrested at a student protest on behalf of Gaza.
So that was Jill Stein that you were talking about?
Yeah.
So there's also Chase Oliver.
There's Chase Oliver and Cornel West. Cornel West, a 70-year-old activist and well-known academic, has a complicated presidential bid. He launched it in June with the People's Party. After falling out with the group, Mr. West said he would seek the Green Party's nomination, but then changed course to run as an independent. His socialist platform includes funding public health care, slashing the U.S. defense budget, and Melina Abdullah, a member of the board of directors for the Black Lives Matter grassroots organization, is his running mate. He has attacked Mr. Biden as a war criminal, Mr. Trump as a fascist Pied Piper.
Interesting.
Mr. Chase Oliver, who looks about 12 years old, is representing the Libertarian Party, the third biggest political party in the country, has nominated Chase Oliver as their presidential candidate and Mike Termott as his running mate. In doing so, they spurned Mr. Trump and Mr. Kennedy, both of whom spoke at the party's convention this month, in a bid for its support. Mr. Trump received a notably unfriendly reception and lashed out at the audience during his speech. Mr. Oliver, an openly gay sales executive who previously ran on the Libertarian ticket for U.S. congressional races in Georgia, says voters are done with picking from the lesser of two evils. I'm just about to be the age of 40. I'm living the life of a normal American, he recently told BBC. I understand what it's like to go to the grocery store with the same amount of money, but seeing less and less filling up the cart. Those are the things that Donald Trump and Joe Biden are so far removed from that they just can't communicate with those values anymore.
So if this guy wins, which I highly doubt that he will become the youngest president ever elected. Do you know who the youngest one right now is ever elected?
I do
Don't look it
not.
up.
I'm going to go with.
And if anybody in chat, who was the youngest president ever elected? And you don't have to give the age.
I'm going to go with JFK.
JFK. Okay.
I was wrong.
Yep. Ooh, close. So we know it's not JFK. He was close though.
Yep.
Actually, this person did not. He wasn't elected.
No, he wasn't.
He succeeded to the office after the president was assassinated.
Yep.
It wasn't Obama or Clinton. Anybody else want to throw out a name? Denise, which one? Wasn't there two Roosevelts?
Yes.
Okay. And don't look it up, Daniel. I know what weight means. Denise, you were right. Theodore Roosevelt, who at age 42 succeeded to the office after the assassination of William McKinley.
Thank you, Pamela. Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt. Oddly enough, the same president who had a Bigfoot encounter.
Oh, wasn't Teddy the one that had the supposed conference with Grays?
That was Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, okay.
That was Eisenhower.
Okay. Here's another question.
For a while. Yeah.
Here's another question. Useless presidential trivia. Which president had 15 children?
Oh, good grief.
This was before internet, so they had plenty of time on their hands, apparently.
But evidently, before TVs too, I guess. I do not know.
Anybody care to venture a guess? I'll give you a hint. It was before the 1900s.
Millard Fillmore. I don't know.
Magical Journey Jackson. No, it wasn't Andrew Jackson. It was John Tyler. Oh. He had 15 children and 2 wives. In 1813, Tyler married Letitia Christian, the daughter of a Virginia planter. They had 8 children.
Close to chlamydia.
Yeah.
Just say.
Let's see. Okay, so there has only been one unmarried president in our history. Anybody take a guess who that was? It doesn't give a year, but I don't know when. I don't know when this guy was in office.
I do not know.
James Buchanan was the only president who never married. Huh.
Millard Fillmore, the 13th president, was the first president to have a stepmother.
Oh. Okay, this one's kind of an easy one. Hi, Michael DePaul. Welcome. Which president did not live in the White House?
George Washington.
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Yep.
The 18th president of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant, was giving a $20 speeding ticket.
$20
for riding his horse and buggy too fast down the street in Washington, D.C.
While he was president?
I guess so. I don't know.
That's weird.
The first left-handed president was James Garfield, the 20th president.
When you were in school, did they make you memorize all the presidents?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think they did.
So in Congress, in 1845, Congress decided that voting day would be the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November, which was after the fall harvest, but before winter conditions made it too difficult to travel. Now, here's one for you. I'm talking about George Washington. George Washington blew his entire campaign budget on 160 gallons of liquor to serve to potential voters. That's my kind of president right there.
Yeah. Wait.
George Washington was also the only president who did not represent a political party.
He was...
Jimmy Carter was the first president born in a hospital.
Here's one from A Little Twisted. Which president turned down offers to play professional football?
That was Roosevelt, wasn't it?
I don't know. So while Little Twisted is getting the answer for us, Roger Blair remembered learning all the capitals of each state. I remember that too, but I could have swore we had to memorize all the presidents.
Probably depended on your history teacher.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I failed that.
The only president who studied to become a medical doctor was William Henry Harrison, the 9th president.
Wait, what?
And it wasn't until 1856 that Congress removed property ownership as a requirement to vote.
How old is... No way. I didn't realize this.
What?
What U.S. president, obviously not in office, and the answer to which president turned down offers to play professional football? Gerald Ford.
Oh,
he also fell down a flight of stairs getting off an airplane, I think.
Mm. I remember he went to Navy. He went to Navy college, I believe.
I think so. Has any U.S. president lived to be 100 years old? Obviously not in office that long. A member of the Democratic Party, he served in the Georgia State Senate from 63 to 67 and as the 76th governor of Georgia from 71 to 75. Jimmy Carter is the longest lived president in U.S. history.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked it up. I didn't realize he was 100 years old. He was born October 1st, 1924.
Yeah, I was going to say he just turned 100.
That's interesting.
Cartoonist Thomas Nash is credited with creating both the Republican and Democratic symbols, the elephant and the donkey, respectively. When he lampooned the political parties in a cartoon in Harper's Weekly magazine in 1874, some people everywhere began using the symbols to represent the parties, and they still are today.
Mickey, I didn't either. Whoop. I didn't either. I knew he was getting up there, but I didn't realize he was 100. Leave it this.
I remember hearing that.
Which president puked on the prime minister of Japan?
That was Biden, wasn't it?
I don't remember it. Yes, I do remember this. Kane West tried to run for president.
Got 60,000 votes.
Somebody else. There's a rock star. He has like a website that he is always thinking about running for president. Hang on, let me.
It was probably Uncle Ted.
Ted Nugent?
Yeah.
No. Well, it's not popping up here. I can't find the name, but there somebody has a website.
Alice Cooper.
That name didn't sound right.
Well, here it says
Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh.
That's what.
Well, here it says Alice Cooper wrote, recorded, and released "Elected" in 1972. Has been making rock star presidential runs ever since.
So Joe Walsh, Eagles guitarist. He ran on a platform of free gas for everyone, and he promised to make "Life's Been Good" the new national anthem. He wasn't done in 92. He was Reverend Goat Carson's vice presidential running mate. Their slogan was, "We want our money back." You know, we've had actors become presidents and stuff. It would be kind of interesting to see like a musician.
Yeah. Well, the closest we came, I think, is Clinton. He played the saxophone.
Any musicians?
Let's see here.
Yeah. Trying to find some other interesting facts. Who was the oldest? No, this one's a dumb question. Who was the oldest president?
It's Biden.
Yeah.
So the 2020 election between Trump and Joe Biden is perhaps the craziest, most controversial election in history. We say perhaps because we don't want to bog you down with the superlatives of how many zany moments in American elections we've had. Who could forget Howard Dean screaming like he'd lost a limb, or Rick Perry forgetting one of the 3 federal agencies he'd cut if elected? Then there's the bevy of the oh so colorful characters from Jello Biafra, Joan Jett, Jack Shepard, and Lyndon LaRouche. And did we mention D's nuts? To say an election was the craziest or most controversial simply isn't objective. Sure, Trump has claimed victory despite Biden's projected win, questioned the voting system's integrity, and suggested that he might not step down. But it is more controversial than Congress picking a president. That's happened a few times. We'll let you decide. Here are 11 fascinating elections in history. Vice president Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton in a duel in 1804.
Really?
The outcome of the 1800 contest between Thomas Jefferson and John Adams was so bizarre the United States had to amend the Constitution.
So
Pre-12th Amendment, Electoral College members had 2 votes for president, and there were no official tickets. Whoever garnered the most votes was president, and second place took the presidency.
So Denise asked a question real quick. She subscribed to all of Texas shows, but can't find a button for the paid monthly subscription. Can you help me? I think you're talking about the join button.
Yeah, it should be join.
Yeah, it says join down here on the bottom of YouTube. And here I can
thank you in advance.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to put up the YouTube, and it's right. Oh, can't hear. Let's take this down.
Hey, there we are.
Hey,
and there we are again.
It's right down there on the bottom. It says join.
It's like looking in 2 mirrors.
So, thank you, Denise. Much appreciated.
Mickey G's, I wonder how many presidents have seen paranormal beings other than the 2 we've talked about. I can't remember the president that he was after Lincoln. His wife moved out of the White House because of it being haunted.
I would love.
I think that was the one with all the kids, if I remember right.
Who was the president after Lincoln?
I think it was the John Tyler dude.
It was Andrew Johnson.
Ah.
That would be pretty interesting if somebody would be able to investigate the White House, because that place is haunted.
I think it has been investigated.
Really?
Has the White House?
There was another question up here that I saw. Which president was a bartender before being elected?
The White House has been subject of paranormal investigations and has a history of reported ghost sightings and other paranormal activity. Abraham Lincoln, the most famous ghost in the White House, with many people reporting seeing his ghost, including First Lady Grace Coolidge. It was Coolidge. Queen Wilma of the Netherlands and President Theodore Roosevelt have seen Lincoln. Abigail Adams, some say her ghost can be seen doing laundry in the East Room. Dolly Madison, some say her ghost can be seen overlooking the Rose Garden. The Thing, a 15-year-old boy who frightened the Taft domestic staff in 1911. George Bush's daughters reported hearing opera singing and 1920s music coming from a fireplace. The Reagan's dog Rex would bark and refuse to enter the Lincoln bedroom. And the First Ladies Abigail Adams and Mary Todd Lincoln held seances in the White House to speak with the spirits of their dead children. So there you go.
And Lincoln did not die in the White House, though.
Oh. No.
Thanks, Pam.
So, First Lady Grace Coolidge, Queen Wilma of the Netherlands, Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and President Theodore Roosevelt were among those claimed to have stated that they saw Lincoln's ghost in the White House. So
that's interesting. So who was it that investigated? I'm sure I was. Did you say who it was that investigated the White House?
Let's see. No, it does not.
I'm sure they wouldn't let just any ghost hunting team.
And I did watch this series, the Discovery series, Demon in the White House explores the idea of sinister president may have taken up residence in the White House after the seances. That's a pretty cool show. It's pretty interesting.
That's interesting. A lot of interesting. I don't remember if I was telling you this or who. It might have been Krista. Have you ever been to the White House or the
No.
state capitol or anything?
No.
When I was a little kid, we went to DC one time, and somehow we got tickets to go to the Capitol to see Congress in session and stuff. And I was, mind you, I think I was under 10 years old.
Mhm.
And we get up there and we're sitting there watching everything going on down on the floor. And mind you, people are just kind of walking around, not really paying attention to whoever was speaking. So I got a coloring book from, I guess, the gift shop at the White House or the Capitol building or whatever. And I started to color or do something. And one of the ushers came back and kind of scolded me. Oh, no, you can't be doing that. You have to be paying attention to what's going on down on the floor. And I remember my mom and dad kind of questioning it, like, why? They're not. So I got in trouble at the Capitol building one time.
Look at you little rebel.
And Mickey, my biggest adventure in life, Ray County Museum. That was fun, Mickey. Glad you guys went.
We are having a conference. We haven't released the date and the location yet, but we are having a conference next year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were to put another president on Mount Rushmore, who would you put?
Hmm.
I think it would be kind of funny to put Trump there and then have some sagebrush, as his hair flying around.
I'd have to go with Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, I think I would too. Michael DePaul, JFK. And that's probably the most political question that I've ever asked on the show.
I almost said JFK, but then I thought about it and I'm like, well, old Carter's been around. He just turned 100, and he did a lot after his presidential run and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they would ever put a fifth one on there. Ronald Reagan. Yeah.
Who was the only president to serve 3 terms?
I don't know. It would have to have been somebody really early. Was it Washington?
It was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Really?
FDR. Yep.
Now, how did he get 3?
There wasn't that rule back then.
Yeah.
He was the 32nd president of the United States, serving from 1933 until his death in 1945, the longest serving president. He is the only president to serve more than 2 terms.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, they didn't. I guess they didn't have a limit back then.
Mm-mm.
When did that?
Come into effect?
Yeah. Oops. 1947.
Sounds good to me.
Oh.
He was actually elected president 4 times: 1932, 1936, 1940, and 1944.
It was February 27th, 1951. Amendment 22 to the Constitution was ratified on September 27th. It established term limits on those elected as president.
It should do the same thing for Congress.
You know, I agree with that.
We don't need 90-year-old people running in Congress.
No, we don't need people making a career out of it.
No.
Get there, do your stuff, and get out. Okay, so that might be the most political thing that I've ever said on this.
Right.
And that's
They need to do that and get rid of the Electoral College. It's antiquated and useless.
Poncho's here. What's up, brother? Stood in the rain for 30 minutes to vote. Only have to have some dude walk by and say, "Making America miserable" for some reason. Yeah. Well, you voted. That's good. And hope everybody else gets a chance to vote sometime today. And then
some people will vote twice, I'm sure.
Yeah. Some people who have passed on will probably get a chance to vote as well.
Yeah.
When did this early voting start? I don't remember hearing much about early voting in past elections.
I don't know when it actually started. I'd have to look that up.
I mean, it seems like voting like today on election day was a lot quicker than voting early. But in past elections, I don't remember hearing that stuff, that you can vote early. They voted before they died. Okay. Bring back Lucille Ball and Betty Davis.
Amen.
Just for the entertainment. I don't know that I would have them president, but
Well, why not?
That'd be interesting.
We need one with a sense of humor.
Okay, so this was also kind of weird today. Did you guys have electronic voting where you voted? I had to. It felt like I was back in school doing tests. I had to color in boxes.
Oh yeah.
But did anybody else have electronic ballots?
Well, they've had punch cards since the 50s, I think, 40s.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even given the option for electronic voting.
I think it depends on what state or what precinct or whatever.
I mean, that was just so much easier, just tapping the screen and being done instead of colored in and scanning it. Yeah, that's what I did. But I didn't know if that was everybody doing that. Yeah, I voted at Mickey G. I voted at home. I guess you did an absentee ballot. My mother-in-law did that, but I think she had to get it notarized.
So just as an argument for early voting echoes through time, so does an argument against it. In 1845, the federal government set a uniform single day for voting for president. Your first Tuesday. Among the arguments for a single day was that people prevent from crossing state lines to vote for.
Yeah, I can see that. Not crossing state lines to vote.
Early voting returned to elections through the military. Oh, okay. Civil War soldiers voted absentee by mailing ballots to family members for them to cast by proxy. So there you
go. Interesting. Yeah, I really don't keep up with politics or any of this stuff. So
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Yep. Nikki had to get hers notarized. Luckily, I have a friend that is a notary, so I don't usually get charged much for if I need to get things notarized. And hopefully, all these stupid political ads and stuff will stop tonight. But then again, we're going to have to hear about riots or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it ain't over.
No. But
unfortunately,
yeah, I mean, for those of us who don't watch the news, I mean, I guess we'll still hear about it every time you turn on your computer or Facebook or whatever. But
yeah, because everybody had to bitch about it.
Yeah. But this person's not my president. So. And another thing, when I was in grade school back in the late 70s, early 80s, I don't remember being off school for elections. And the school that I went to was a polling place. Now every school is closed. I mean, I get it. I wouldn't want people wandering around in a school with, a bunch of kids in there.
Yeah.
But it's a sad time we live in when the Capitol is fenced and the businesses are boarded up in DC.
Yeah. Yep.
So what you got going on this week? Tex?
Work. Work. That's about it. I'm getting ready for the week-long trip out in the brush.
Yeah, you're going out there at November 15th.
Yep.
And you'll have Brandy, Monica, Randy, and maybe Jason with you for a little bit.
Yep.
That'll be cool.
Yep.
That'll be cool.
They'll be out there that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll be out there by myself Monday and Tuesday. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, and hopefully you can get a signal and maybe do some live shows from there.
That is the hope.
Yeah. Well, cool. That's cool.
Because we will be investigating. It's a dogman investigation, primarily, but it's on almost 2,000 acres of locked and gated private property that nobody else lives on. Nobody lives on. Yes.
Really?
So
you will. So there'll be nobody else there with you guys.
Nope. Not unless they're trespassing or poaching.
Wow. So any footsteps probably would be something cryptid.
Yes.
Interesting. So make sure that you stay tuned or have your notifications on for Texas Front Porch so you can see that.
And Texas Front Porch, Blondes and Booze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
BMR has Sir Brian Bowden tonight.
Yep.
Him and Krista. tomorrow morning, I got some a bunch of pictures of home construction gone wrong. It's going to be a good laugh.
That will be.
I don't know who the girls have on Thursday night or Friday.
Let's see here.
I have on Saturday night. I have Josh Hurd from Malvern Manor coming on.
Cool.
Yeah. So last time he was on.
Go ahead.
Last time he was on, we had was it the paranormal shower? Talk about that. So yeah, it'll be another interesting conversation with Mr. Josh Hurd.
Michael Anthony will be on the Blondes Thursday, and Alaska's Fred Roll Bigfoot will be on Thursday. That's Thursday afternoon on
Brunch with BMR.
Yeah, his show. I don't have anybody for Friday on the Blonde show.
That could just be a fun conversation show.
Yep, could be.
Yeah. Yes, Magical Journey, a paranormal shower. You'll have to stay tuned to tune in Saturday, or I can send you a message and tell you about it.
There you go.
Well, guys, this hour went by pretty quick.
It did.
Hope you had fun. Hope you can get out to vote today, and hopefully all this stuff will be over. And let's be calm about the results, please.
Yeah, please.
I mean, there's no sense.
They come on at 7 p.m. Friday nights is what time the Blondes come on.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Make sure that you have all your notifications on for all the channels on here. So we will talk to you. Dex and I will see you tomorrow morning. So
yes, we will.
See you in less than 24 hours.
We will be waking up weird with you.
Waking up weird. All right. See you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Take care.